And why don't I hire Americans? The simple answer is we can't get the workers. No American ever calls. No American ever shows up. That's why we are so grateful for the guys that are willing to come and do the work here on the farm. We can't do this without them. And we can't do this with people in our local communities a lot of the time.
Trump is a liar. He is not just going after illegal immigrants. He is going after green card holders, asylum seekers, visa holders, people with temporary status. Not only are all of those people being affected, but legal immigrants, people who have lived in our country for decades, are also being targeted. And to make matters even worse, when immigrants are showing up to their court dates, ICE is detaining them while they're leaving the facility. We want them to follow the law, but when they follow the law, we're going to deport them? It was obviously never about deporting illegal criminals, because if it was, they wouldn't be showing up to people's workplaces, right? It was always about Trump not wanting a certain demographic in our country, and that's the bottom line.
So I just saw a video of a farmer in Florida who states that Donald Trump is the best president in his lifetime and that he supports Ron DeSantis 100%, but he's begging these migrant workers, these undocumented workers, to not leave because he's going bankrupt.
Miren mi gente, esto está pasando aquí en Florida. Son cientos de acres de cultivo que se echaron a perder. Son demasiados que realmente no puedo caminar todo eso porque es mucho. Y
miles y miles y miles de toneladas. ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? Porque este cabrón acaba de firmar la pinche ley esa de Florida. Aquí en Florida ya nadie quiere trabajar. Toda la uva ya echada a perder. Ya no hay inmigrantes aquí. Ahora no sé qué vamos a hacer. Miren nada más, toda la uva se está pudriendo. Prefieren que pase todo esto a que pase una ley migratoria, que todos estemos felices y con...
And why don't I hire Americans? The simple answer is we can't get the workers. No American ever calls. No American ever shows up. That's why we are so grateful for the guys that are willing to come and do the work here on the farm. We can't do this without them.
So y'all remember when it was said that we taking all the black jobs? They really thought that we was going to be looking for black jobs, y'all. And I woke up this morning, I was scrolling through TikTok, and I saw this guy made a video, and I saved it to my favorite, so you can go look for it. And he said he was pretending to be Maga on one of those other apps. He said they were doing a live, and the farmers were saying that they thought that the black people would be looking for jobs to work on their farms. Now, you got to be kidding me. Do they think we really looking for farm work? Do they not know that we are educated and we got degrees? And being a farm worker ain't even in the jobs categories that we be looking for. They really don't know how educated some of us are. They don't know how many degrees a lot of us have. They got to be really lost if they think that we want to come and work on their farms. They don't know that our parents and our grandparents growing up wouldn't even let us be outside if it wasn't no shade outside. Do they really think that we gonna work on a farm where ain't no shade trees at? I hate to disappoint y'all, baby, but you gonna have to get somebody else to do it, because we ain't working on nobody's farm. Never. The only way you gonna see black people working on a farm is if they own the farm, because we not working on nobody's farm as no workers. So I hate to disappoint y'all. If y'all thought those was black jobs that black people looking for, honey, you better think again, because black folks that I know got good jobs. We've had a black president, we had a black vice president, we got black senators, we got black congressmen, we got black CEOs, we got black doctors, we got black nurses, we got black psychiatrists, we got a lot of good black jobs. Now, I don't know what y'all thought we was going to be farm workers for. We don't even want to work in the fast food industry. Those jobs, we don't want those kind of jobs. So, I hate to disappoint you MAGA people, but we don't do farm work. So get somebody else to do it. I would like, share, comment, and repost. Drop in the comments y'all education and y'all good black jobs, because they don't think we got good black jobs out here. So we need to let them see it.
Hello my viewers, once again welcome to my YouTube channel. And just to tell you, this is a new channel and I'd love for you to give me your support and love throughout this journey. So into this video I want us to talk about this video whereby the ICE have been terrorizing, or rather forcefully hunting down the black immigrants in the United States. And in this case, most parts of Florida, most farmers in Florida have been affected by this. And now they are begging and calling out black people to come help them in their farm. So I want to share with you a certain, or rather a few videos and of Florida farmers complaining and showing their farms fully going to a waste. Their plants, their tomatoes, their watermelons totally going to a waste. So watch this video and then I'll be back with a few comments.
Understand, Maga, why aren't you guys in these fields in Florida? It's super weird. You guys need to get in these fields. This is your dream, not ours, Maga. Get in these fields and pick the food. I'm so confused where you all are at. You guys are, and believe me, I've done the research. You're all not college educated. This is where you guys should be at. You said a job is a job. That's what you guys said. You said that immigrants were taking our jobs. So you guys need to get in these fields and pick the damn fruit and vegetables. You wanted this. Where are you at? I don't understand why you guys aren't picking all the fruit in the fields. Get in there and get our food.
Wait, you mean to tell me Americans don't want to pick lettuce for $2 an hour? No. Now the farmers are crying because they can't find any workers. Ain't that something? After you pushed out all of the immigrant workers who actually did the job, now you're standing around wondering why Chet and Kaylee won't come pick your cabbage in 100-degree weather for $4.75 and a Capri Sun? Y'all really thought folks were going to jump at the chance to break their backs for pennies on a dollar. But you know what's even funnier, y'all? Some of these farmers say the American workers they do get, they don't even last the whole damn day. One guy said somebody walked off by lunch. And honestly, I support it. Listen, I wouldn't be out there picking strawberries and fighting bees and being dehydrated just so that farmer could sell those strawberries for $12.99 a box at Whole Foods. Negative. See, they've been telling you this lie for years. They took our jobs. Nah, Americans, you didn't want those jobs. You just didn't want them to have the jobs either. Now look at you, a field full of crops and not a soul to pick them. Next time, think twice before turning labor into a culture war. Because now it's just you and your own damn tomatoes.
Policy decisions have consequences. I've said that before. And you might like what you get on the front end, but you might not like what you have to pay on the back end. See, farmers in Florida, especially tomato farmers, they're finding that out. There was a farmer interviewed on a Miami TV station, and he said that, you know, there's two policies he kind of agrees with. One is the immigration policy, right? He says, you know, I know we gotta do something about the borders, both north and south, but it's impacting my ability to keep staff because now a lot of my people don't show up for work. I mean, he understands that nearly half of the immigrant workforce that works on farms like his are undocumented. People are scared, both legal immigrants and undocumented immigrants. They're afraid to come to work. And he's been forced to try to hire people at a higher wage, which cuts into his profit margin, which is probably pretty slim to begin with, right? And then there's the tariff policy. See, Donald Trump's put tariffs on Mexican tomatoes. He's a tomato farmer, owns 4,000 acres in Florida and California. He said in Florida it's gotten so bad that he has to plow over fields of good tomatoes because he's got no one to pick them. And now that Mexico has been hit with this tariff on tomatoes, they're trying to get ahead of it and flooding the market with tomatoes right now. What do you think that does to the price of tomatoes in the United States? Drives it down. See, this farmer before, he was getting about $16 for a box of tomatoes. You know what he's getting now? $3 to $4. That's how much the market's collapsed. He needs about $10 to $11 just to break even. Think about the export side. So Canada's put a 25% tariff on watermelons coming from the United States. What do you think that means? Canadians might not want to pay the price. They're exporting a lot less watermelons. Farmers that are farming watermelons are feeling the pinch too. You see, you might like the policy. It might feel good on the front end. Yeah, we're closing the borders. Yeah, we're going to show them. We're going to put tariffs on them. But are you willing to pay the price on the back end? Some of you are. Some of you are really getting hurt by it. Be careful what you wish for. You just might get it. You might not like it.
Well, I'm gonna whisper because my daughter's sleeping literally right next to me, but my mind is blown. I live in Davie in Broward County, Florida, well, close to Davie, and there's a farm called, I'll post it here, but Family Farms Davie. It's next to Western High School. And I've been seeing videos lately from my friends going around of their cows being like anorexic and super skinny. So I know people that go and feed them like cheese or watermelon or whatever. And I was just scrolling Instagram and I saw that the owner, something Hoover, was arrested on 16 counts of, I'm gonna just post it, but like animal cruelty, abuse, and death. Looks like we will never be going back there. And I hope these animals are taken to a better place. Channel 6 News is there right now. My friend just went and saw, and they interviewed her and everything. And she's like submitted proof that he was abusing the animals. There's so much proof out there, it's crazy. But just hold on. Okay, so this was them posting that they're closed because literally their owner got arrested yesterday for killing animals.
So, a serious question. If there are no migrant workers in the carpet farms or small farms, who's picking all of the fruits and vegetables? No one. It's rotting on the ground. Who's at the carpet farms tending to the chickens and tending to the cows and tending to horses? No one. So, wouldn't it be a great guess that there are likely to be a food shortage in the next 3 to 6 months? Now, remember, Texas was the state that was complaining about illegal migrants. Yet, majority of the raids are in Florida. They're in California, and they're on farms. They're not on gangs. So, one would think this is intentional, because there is no one put in place to make sure that these fruits and vegetables and animals will be tended to. So one would really wonder, is causing a food shortage intentional? Because that's what's going to happen.
So I just saw a video of a farmer in Florida who states that Donald Trump is the best president in his lifetime and that he supports Ron DeSantis 100%, but he's begging these migrant workers, these undocumented workers, to not leave because he's going bankrupt. All these farmers are going bankrupt. All these contractors are going bankrupt because everybody's left. Because this law that they just passed makes it illegal. Like if I'm working with someone who's undocumented and I'm giving them a ride home and get pulled over, I can get arrested. Not just can they get sent back, they can arrest me. And the farmers are trying to say, oh, it's been misread and it's been lied to in the press and don't believe it. They're panicking big time. They have fucked around and they are in the find out stage. And I just think it is it's beautiful. It's delicious. It's just chef's kiss. Just seeing how this farmer panic and seeing him trying to talk to, he'd say something and then the interpreter would repeat it. And the things this guy was saying are not the kind of things that are going to keep undocumented workers here. There's plenty of work for them wherever they want to go. There are a lot of jobs that Americans don't want to do that undocumented workers can get. And there are a lot of places where they're appreciated instead of persecuted. So I just think it's hilarious that they're finding out now that there's going to be some serious consequences to this. And wait till you find out what tomatoes are going to cost in 6 months. RT Gargiu's Gargiulo has a huge tomato. Most of the tomatoes in the United States are grown in Southwest Florida, and they have a huge tomato operation there, and they don't have any workers, and it's going to be bad. There's literally strawberries and things like that rotting on the vine or on the plant. They can't get anyone to come and work.
Where is Maga when you need them? Nowhere to be found. Maga, look. Here's a Florida farm that needs employees. You said you wanted your jobs back. Look at all these jobs. You see all these trucks that's parked over here and all these crops, vegetation and fruits that's planted in Florida, which is a red state, by the way. Do you notice there's nobody on these fields? Take a very close look. No one is on these fields. You said you wanted your jobs back. Now you got your jobs back. Now get to work. Okay? And they'll say, well, what are you saying? People should just run around and be illegal in America? No, that's not what we're saying. What we're saying is the people who had their documentations and had a chance to get their self on the right side of the law, why didn't you give them a chance instead of chasing them down, dragging them out of schools, graduations, out of their homes? Why didn't you give them a chance so they could go through the system, get documented, and work in peace? That's all we're saying. Okay? Because I know a lot of you will get this twisted and try to twist stories and tell, well, you want to break the law. No, we want to do the right thing by people. We're human beings. That's it. A lot of these people had their documentations in the pipeline to become legal so they can work in the United States. But you made sure that you sent ICE to take it away. So here's your job. Go knock yourselves out. Okay? And don't think you're going to get a pay increase from these farmers either. You still get the same pay, no matter what. You understand? Now peace.
Them farmers really thought we was going back to them fields. They really thought we was going back to them fields. You know what? My mother was the first generation on her mother's side not to be brought up on a plantation. Not to be brought up on a plantation. That's what I said. My grandfather had a third-grade education, but he left my mama 2 houses, property in the bank, property and money in the bank, with a third-grade education. And guess what? He worked in fields. My great-grandmother worked in fields and cut that cane just like a man. You hear me? And if you think that Eddie Lewis and Victoria C. Jones and all the rest of my ancestors bust their tail in them fields for us to go back to the fields, absolutely not. That's not progress. We're trying to heal from ancestral trauma. We're trying to heal from that. That ain't happening. That produce could rot in them fields before we go back to them fields. They need to let them know that.
So I was on YouTube and I came across this video claiming that white farmers are outraged that black people do not want to work on their farms. And I thought it was fake because I was like, this has to be like clickbait or whatever. So I searched and I came across Facebook, and y'all, the comments were wild. I still wasn't sure if it was real. So I tried to go to the staffing agency's website, and y'all, apparently so many people went to their website that the website crashed. So I figured, okay, maybe this is actually real. So they're basically offering $11 an hour to pick blueberries, 9 to 10 hours a day, 7 days a week, from May to July in Louisiana heat. Now, I never heard of Laranger, so I decided to look it up real quick. So here's some info. And just so you know, my source is this website called places.us.com. So anyway, livability is a C-. Population is less than 6,000. Demographics is almost 91% white, followed by Black, then Hispanic, then Indian, then Asian, and pretty much 0 Hawaiian. I saw that they voted Republican in 2020, but it probably doesn't take a genius to guess how they voted in 2024. So that's just to give you a little info about the town. So anyway, back to what I was saying. So $11 an hour is what they're offering. Full time, 7 days a week, 9 to 10 hours a day. Now, according to salary.com, Louisiana's minimum wage is $7.25 an hour. So this is a bump. But let's be real. Now, for some people, they might say, "Oh, it's a job. Go work it. It's a job." But it's not a job, It's more like a sentence. And then when you look at who they expect to take these jobs, you don't have to guess. It's a page straight out of history. Black folks, migrant workers, the ones who are currently facing deportation right now, vulnerable communities getting used for back-breaking labor for pennies. But people are saying this is what they voted for. So what do you think? Is it FAO season or what?
Everyone, once again, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am your host, the African Caribbean, and I'd love to appreciate all of you for sticking with me up to the point of this video. Now, I want to give all credits to all the original creators of this video, and I want to put out some bold awareness that these videos were meant majorly and solely for educational purposes and entertainment. So these videos means no harm, and also I'd love to put these across. If you're coming across my videos, my channel for the first time, please, I'd love for you to consider giving me your subscribe, because that's what I need mostly in this journey. So once again, like this video, comment, and also subscribe to my channel. So back to our video. The Maga supporters, Maga farmers, are really facing it rough in Florida. And this comes after a lot of their farm produces, or rather their farms have been destroyed because they don't have enough, and leave alone enough, they don't have manpower to help them with their farms. Now, in this case, the ICE agents have been held responsible for destroying homes, destroying families, destroying good relationships, because they have been dragging out people disrespectfully from their marriages, from their offices, from it doesn't matter what workstation these people are. Others have even been dragged out of their schools. And this comes now to this. The white folks, or rather I mean the black folks, have decided that they will not go back to where they were disrespectfully chased away from. And in this case, we've seen now the Maga supporters, Maga farmers, facing it really, or rather paying it deeply. They don't have people to help them in their farms, because we all know most of these Maga supporters, they would never do the kind of works that these undocumented immigrants were doing. Put in mind that most of these undocumented immigrants were not criminals. They are just people who came to their countries in search of greener pastures. They have been playing a very vital role, a very major role in their countries and in their farms. They have been given these low-profile jobs. Allow me to call them low-profile jobs. I don't have the right word, but just allow me to use that. Now, they have been given these low-profile jobs, and they take it proudly. If not proudly, but they just take it because they need to put ends meet. They have families back at home. They have loved ones. But now the ICE agents, they came and dragged them disrespectfully out like animals. These people have not committed crimes. They have been playing a very vital role in their farms. They have been the ones responsible to farming. They have been responsible to make sure that the crops are well taken care of, enough adequate fertilizers and all that stuff. They get their hands dirty. Their hands get blisters. You tell me, how many white folks would take such jobs that would leave painful marks in the palms of their hands? And in this case, all of these undocumented immigrants took the risks. They took these hard jobs. They get to be paid crumbs, very low payments. But they don't complain. They do this work. They show up to work every day. They respect their employers. But at the end of the day, these employers were not able to stand up for them. Now, this is what happens when you choose to vote against cultural and vote in favor of what you think might be. And that's what these MAGA supporters did. They voted blindly. They forgot what the undocumented immigrants have been doing in their societies. And mind you me, most of these undocumented immigrants have been and are black people, and not just black people, but also people from Mexico and other countries. And now the MAGA supporters are really paying it deeply. So guys, I want you to tell me what you think of this video. Tell me what you think of the black people's decision to not go back to these farms, or rather these countries. They want the MAGA supporters to pay dearly for what they did. They want the MAGA farmers to pay for their mistake. I don't know if that's a mistake, or these people are just, I don't know if it's the right word to say, or let me just say it loud, racist. Because we've seen these projects in Missouri and Arkansas whereby they are beginning or rather expansion of white-only communities. You tell me your daughter, your children are being raised in a community whereby they only know of one type of skin color. They don't know of any other skin color but white. How will the society be? You are denying your children opportunity to engage openly and widely with other humans. Mind you me, these people are not animals, they are humans. So guys, if any of my opinions or other my words got to you or offended you in any way, I'd love to apologize. But what I won't apologize is I won't apologize for being a person of color. So tell me what you think of this video and the decision of black people not to go back to these farms and help out. I've been your host, the African Caribbean, and until we meet again, one love.